off turn 2. He's got him. I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him. No. Oh, he turned him. No.
We all know this moment. In all honesty, it's quite possibly the most famous moment in NASCAR history in the past 15 years. But this moment marks the final time that Kyle Busch would be second fiddle of a Richmond race in the spring during the COT era. Busch ended the night second, behind a lucky Clint Bowyer. Over the next 4 years, Rowdy Busch would put on a clinic on the 3/4 of a mile track in Richmond, Virginia. So let's get into it. For Richmond, in the spring of 2009, Busch rolled off in the 14th position, and he ran pretty well all night, as you could imagine. But there was one big motivator for this race.
Hard to believe he is only 24. He has twice as many wins in NASCAR, but Kyle, as far as Cup wins at this track, they haven't been here. Why, and would that be the biggest birthday present ever?
It probably would be, but not sure why exactly. We've had some good runs here in the past, just never been able to have quite enough to win here, but been close a few times, so we'll see if tonight's a night. I
know you said you've gotten more cake than you could ever eat, but this is from NASCAR on Fox, and it was lit, but if you could blow that out, I imagine that would be your wish, would be the win here tonight?
Can't tell you. Can't tell your wishes.
Yep, this was Kyle Busch's 24th birthday. And after years of running up front at Richmond, he was ready to break through and get a pretty good birthday present for himself. While he ran his way up to the top 5, he wasn't anywhere near the most dominant driver of the night. That honor went to his teammate Denny Hamlin for the second year in a row. Busch had a more short-run car, while the race itself was a more long-run event, especially from the start of the night. But with over 100 to go, Hamlin's crew faltered, opening the door for Busch and the rest of the field to capitalize.
Busch going to try on the outside. That's been his patented move. And there he goes against Carl Edwards for second.
There's
four wide into the corner.
There's no question what he was going to do. The question is, how far up here can he get? Is he going to run
now
out?
He's going to try to get to the high side of Gordon down the back straightaway. Gordon's trying to fight that lap down car of Sorensen.
That's a patent move. He's done that 2 nights in a row here.
Inside of Gordon. Can he make it?
He's after him, baby.
And the thing about it, he did it to Carl Edwards last night in the nationwide race and just did it on that restart right there to Carl Edwards.
Oh, easy there. Almost got into the 24 off the 2 over there. Got to be a little more patient. Go the outside this time. Outside. Here he comes. He got him this time.
Jeff Gordon leaves enough room.
Right here, left.
And Kyle Busch takes it hard into turn 1, looking for the lead.
That car, that 18 car, just can run that outside
of the screen with coming to 1 to go.
All right, man, here it is.
White flag.
Flag. Never thought I'd hear you say such a sweet thing.
Yeah, he did not want to hear yellow flag.
Happy birthday.
I'll say, just bring her on home. Got to go around 3 and 4 here. Don't ever count you. All you chickens.
Oh, man. Addington, what a call, buddy.
Light the candles and cut the cake. Kyle Busch joins Cale Yarborough as NASCAR's only Sprint Cup winners on their first
Yeah,
day.
baby.
Kyle Busch would score his 14th win of his Cup career, and it would also finish off a weekend sweep for him at Richmond. Now come to spring of 2010, and the setting of the 2010 race for Busch was different to 2009. He started off the race from the pole, and he led and led and led some more for most of the night. But towards the 150 to go mark, Busch's car started to lose the handle. This caused him to fall back from the lead into the pack, but there was possible trouble causing this fall from the lead.
Meanwhile, the driver who led the entire first half of this race has a problem. Matt?
Mike, back on lap 245, Kyle said, I've got a problem, get ready, I may be coming. His spotter, Jeff Dickerson, was looking to see if he might have had a left rear tire going down. He says, it looks like it's up. He's still searching to find out what that problem may be.
Luckily for Busch, he was still able to pit on sequence, keeping him in the hunt. In the closing dozen laps, it looked like Kyle Busch was gonna finish runner-up to Jeff Gordon though. But a final caution gave Busch one last chance with 5 laps to go.
Green flag.
Great restart. Watch that 18 as he goes down in the first turn.
Everybody wants the bottom.
But Gordon shuts the door on him. Let's see what kind of run Kyle Busch can get off turn 2.
Here he goes.
Side by side.
Here he goes. That's exactly what I was afraid of. I'm not so sure if I'd have been Jeff Gordon, I wouldn't have tried that outside to kept that right there from happening.
And he's going to clear him. 5 laps to go.
Look out. White flag's in the air.
Kyle Busch gets the white flag. It's his race to lose, and the fight is for 2nd and for 5th.
And for 9th and for 10th.
These guys are going to be side by side. It looks like all the way back to the start-finish line. Gordon actually clears him here. Goes Harvick again.
I am so proud of you.
That's Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch wins the Heath Calhoun 400. Gordon Harvick.
A day before his 25th birthday, Kyle Busch would nail down his 17th Cup victory and his 2nd in a row in the spring Richmond race. This would vault him up to 3rd in the 2010 point standings after this race. Now the next year in 2011, Busch's dominance at the D-shaped oval was only strengthened. While only starting 20th, he quickly ascended through the running order to the point that by lap 90 of a completely green flag race at that point, he was leading. Keys for Busch to win in 2011 was 1, to keep his car clean, as well as number 2, fuel mileage. After a huge wreck with around 100 to go, the race would go green to the finish. Like many races in 2011, strategy with fuel and pitting was major and essential. While many had to stop for fuel, Busch was able to stay out and lap all but the top 9 finishers.
White flag is coming out. White flag's in the air.
One more time around.
Bring it home, bud.
3/4 of a mile to go for Kyle Busch. Lap cars may not be a factor. Paul Menard ahead. Tony Stewart ahead.
Championship caliber win right there, boys.
Kyle Busch off the 4th corner and three-peats the spring race at Richmond.
So with 3 Richmond spring races in a row won, Busch was the clear favorite there when the Cup Series came back to town in 2012. Rolling off 5th, Busch was up front in the top 5 for pretty much the entire night, and it was a green flag-filled night too. So while Busch led a few laps, he was not the dominant driver. It was thoroughly dominated by actually Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards. But just as having fast and dominant cars is key to consistent winning, so too is the luck of convenience. On one of the closing restarts, Tony Stewart spun the tires horribly, while Carl Edwards got a good restart and ran out with a big lead. Only the lead wouldn't last as NASCAR inexplicably black-flagged Carl Edwards for beating smoke to the restart. This was in the middle of a confusing few years of restart rules for NASCAR, and in this instance, Cousin Carl was the victim of it. And after a blazing pit stop after the final caution of the day from the M&M's crew, the 18 would line up right beside the 14 who had been struggling all night with restarts. Busch ran off with the lead, while Dale Jr. made chase in his 88 car, actually keeping up for a little bit and putting up comparable lap times. And while he shortly kept up with Busch, the superior 18 car had just enough to get him ahead and pull away for the victory.
White flag in the air.
Last night he went to victory lane as a car owner with his older brother driving. Tonight, Kyle Busch scores his 24th career victory, 4 in a row for the spring Richmond race.
This race would be the only one that Kyle Busch would win in 2012, but it was the 4th straight spring race at Richmond that he won. It was one of the most dominant stretches at one racetrack in recent memory, and I have to say that I'm surprised that people don't seem to remember this as much as other drivers' dominance at other tracks. The only thing I can think of is that Busch, being a relatively unpopular driver, has led NASCAR fans more or less to forgetting about this event. Or these events, I should say. I don't know, that's just my theory. But with that, I want to hear what you think. Where does Busch's Richmond dominance rank amongst others in recent NASCAR memory? Let me know down in the comments below. while you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content like this. And until next time, have a good one.